Welcome back to another video, wherever in the Caribbean or in the diaspora you're watching from. So today I want to talk about immigration. So one of Donald Trump's biggest promise throughout the election was mass deportation. Donald Trump said if elected, he wants to conduct deportation like America's never seen before. Much more than what Obama did in his 8 years. And Donald Trump is off to a flying start. But this week, ambassadors from Barbados and Antigua-Barbuda warned the Caribbean to brace themselves for a mass deportation coming to the Caribbean like we have never seen before. And the list is out of the Caribbean countries that are going to be experiencing this flood of deportees coming back to the Caribbean. And the list is over 53,000 deportees coming back to the Caribbean. So that is what I want to talk about today. So let's talk about it. Okay, so deportation, mass deportation seemed to be the first promise that Donald Trump intends to keep from his agenda when running for the 2024 presidential election. And so he got off to a flying start. Donald Trump is in office for just 8 days. And we've seen ICE raids all over the country. And it's causing a lot of panic around America and pretty much across the world. We have seen flights leaving to places like Mexico, Colombia. We saw what happened in Colombia this week with a U.S. military plane turned back from Colombia with deportees going back to Colombia. So today in a White House press conference, the press secretary was pressed about these mass deportation and one of Donald Trump in his promise talking about removing criminals first before moving on to deporting other people. And this is how the interaction went. Let's take a look.
The president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal. And so therefore, you are subject to deportation.
I apologize for interrupting. So to be clear, it's not violent criminals do not receive precedence in terms of the deportations taking place.
The president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals, illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said that, of course, the illegal criminal drug dealers, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who entered our nation's borders are off the table.
Caroline, on immigration, of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws, and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal. But that's exactly what they are.
Yes, so that was the back and forth with the White House press secretary. As you can see, them asking her about one of the promises that the Bardazar himself made, talking about moving the worst criminals first before they move on to deporting other illegal immigrants. And based on her answer, you can see that there is some confusion going on. So people are, at this time, they're not comfortable thinking that the images that they're seeing on TV with ICE raids and with them reporting that they're removing dangerous criminals first, that is not the case, that they're just removing anyone. They're not going in the order that they promise. As I said, the Bardazar said, worse first, and then they will move to other illegal immigrants after. And if you forgot what he said, this is a reminder of what the Bardazar himself said.
ICE visiting folks. Because when I look at it, I look at the law, people that have final deportation orders, people that are criminal aliens. What would a person have to do to get a visit from ICE?
For it to be in the country illegally, first of all, there's nothing in the immigration law that says you got to be convicted of a serious crime to be removed under the INA. So if you're in the country illegally, ICE can visit you. But right now, as we said repeatedly, and the President Trump's been clear, we're concentrating on the worst first, the public safety threats and national security threats.
Okay, so based on that, there seemed to be a bit of a confusion that the worst first thing that they promise is not being kept. Like people they're just rounding up people and deporting people. And another thing that is very confusing also to add to this equation is that apparently there's like 1 million illegal immigrants on the list already that they were on the list from Joe Biden to be deported, and Joe Biden didn't go ahead with it. So the list that we're seeing now, is it the list like Joe Biden's list, or is it Donald Trump's list? What are they doing? So, and it's very confusing right now. But after all of that, now we're going to look on the list of the Caribbean countries that are expected to receive like mass deportation in the coming weeks and coming months. And based on what we said earlier, like I'm assuming that this list cannot be worse first. This cannot be criminal list, because over 50,000 expected to be deported back to the Caribbean. And I refuse to think that these are all criminals, 50,000 people being deported to the Caribbean, that they are violent drug dealers or commit violent crime in America. I would have to believe that most of these people are people that overstay their visa, because 50,000, over 50,000, 53,000, that's a lot of people. So I'm going to run down the list and just let me know what you think. So first on the list is Haiti, and Haiti has 32,363 on the list for deportation in the next couple of months. Second on that list is Dominican Republic. So Dominican Republic, I see 12,699 expected to be deported to Dominican Republic in the next in the upcoming months. And then third on the list is Jamaica, and Jamaica is 5,120 people on that list expected to be deported to Jamaica. Then we have Barbados. Barbados is 151 expected to be deported to Barbados. Next we have St. Lucia. St. Lucia, 202 people on that list to be deported back to St. Lucia. And then we have Grenada. Grenada is 149 expected to be deported back to Grenada in the upcoming months. Antigua Barbuda, 110 expected to be deported back to Antigua Barbuda. And then last on the list, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we see 127 people expected to be deported back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the upcoming months. And as I said earlier, I refuse to think that like these are violent criminals. I think that this list more reflect like people overstaying their visas. So guys, sound off and let me know what you think about this list. And what is interesting is like the islands that are missing from the list. But I think this is just like a first draft of that list, but we have not seen like Grenada and other Caribbean islands on it yet. So let me know what you think about this list in the comment section. So another part of this deportation thing that I'm finding a bit confusing, actually very confusing, is that why is it so public? Because based on the record, we know that Barack Obama deported more people than any other president in American history. Like over 3 million were deported under the Obama administration, but we did not see like a public spectacle of these deportation, and we didn't see the same panic that's going on now. So this is a bit confusing to me, because why is this? Is this that it's just Donald Trump's style? Is Donald Trump calling out the media to come out to experience all of this? Because we know that Donald Trump loved the numbers thing, and he loved to talk about having the biggest numbers, and he's very competitive. So he's going to want to put out there that he's going to be the president with the highest number of deportation. But it's still confusing because under Obama, over 3 million, and I can't remember ever turning on CNN or Fox News and seeing ICE raiding anywhere and seeing all this public spectacle when Barack Obama was in office for the 8 years that he was in office. So this is a bit confusing to me. And what is even more confusing is that based on the BBC I saw an article on the BBC website that last year, 2024, that Joe Biden, under the Joe Biden administration, they deported 271,000 illegal immigrants out of America in 2024, and that was the highest number of deportation in a decade. And as I said, like, never seen any public spectacle about it, never seen any pushback from ICE, even though it's the same ICE administration, the same people that are in charge of ICE, the same people that are rounding up people and deporting them, but I didn't see any spectacle. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. Do you find this strange also that in 2024 that Joe Biden can, because based on that, that is over 800 people round up per day. So based on the numbers that we're seeing now that Donald Trump is doing, Donald Trump is trying to get to up to 1,000 per day. Not there yet, but we're seeing like this panic across America, panic across the Caribbean. But according to BBC World News, that 271,000 people were deported in 2024, and nobody knew anything about this. Nobody was talking about taking people from their jobs and taking kids out of school and separating families. So this is just a bit confusing. And as I said, like, I don't know if this is Donald Trump's strategy, because like Donald Trump, we know that Donald Trump loves attention. He loves to talk about numbers. So to see like people like Dr. Phil, like people from MSNBC or ABC, and even the other day, like Chris Cuomo, like was saying that he's willing to go on the road with the ICE officers to document these raids. And what do you think about that also, about the media going on the road with Donald Trump? Do you think that that is inhumane, or do you think if you go to America, overstay your visa, or if you cross the border, like all gloves are off, like the Americans shouldn't be concerned about inhumane treatment, the way how they treat you? So, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, don't forget to like, share for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.